It's amazing to see what human beings are able to construct, both traditional and modern. I love the traditional design of historic buildings like this, and also I love the modern design of modern buildings, and we see a real beauty in what man is able to design. And yet, with all of man's creative ability, we do see the spark of the divine in man's ability to create. It's something that animals don't have. Animals are not able to create like humans can, and yet with all of man's ability, we are unable to construct something that abides forever. There is a temporalness to man's ability to make things. And what we see ultimately is that nature itself teaches us all things lead to decay. The second law of thermodynamics teaches us, for example, that everything in nature is in a continual state of breakdown. And so we see that as innovative and as creative as man possesses the potential to be, yet all of our innovation and all of our creativity ultimately in this natural world leads to destruction. We read in the Gospel of Luke that Jesus was touring Jerusalem, and he and his disciples saw the beautiful temple. Now, the temple was one of the great ancient wonders of the world, and it was absolutely beautiful to behold. And as the disciples were taking in its beauty and magnificence, Jesus told them, not one stone will be left standing on another. This entire building, as magnificent as it is to behold, will be completely deconstructed, completely taken down, piece by piece, and there will be no evidence of it whatsoever. And what we see Jesus pointing out is that as great as man's achievements may be, they are not permanent. They are not eternal. Rather, God seeks to construct something that lasts forever. We are to seek something greater than the achievements that we can achieve in this lifetime. If all you and I are living for is some lifetime achievement, your life is going to add up to something that people will remember you for. If that's all it amounts to, ultimately, it leads to destruction, because just as the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, never to be rebuilt, in the same way, all of our human achievements, apart from the grace of God, lead to destruction. What then should our goal be in life? Jesus speaks of an eternal temple. Remember, Jesus said in John chapter 2, tear down this temple and in 3 days I will rebuild it. He was speaking of the temple of his body. He was speaking of his own resurrection. He's also speaking of the temple of the church, because we collectively, as children of God, are living stones fit together into an eternal temple, not made by human hands, but made by the hands of God himself. Our goal in life, then, is to become that eternal temple, not made with human hands, that abides forever. There is a destruction of things in the natural, but God in this present time is building a temple that will endure forever, and he invites each of us to become part of that eternal plan.